Big guy here. You know, I'm always preaching about you need to get in the gym and start working out. So today, I'm going to talk about a good beginner's workout routine, how to get started in the gym pretty much. So the easiest way, if you want a quick lifestyle change, phenomenal gym, good workout, go join a combat gym like kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA gyms, that type of stuff. That is the easiest way to get involved in something. Just some gym, you show up, they put you to work. You don't have to worry about anything else. They'll teach you, they'll train, do everything for you. You just want to find one that has beginner classes or, ones that aren't going to throw you to the wolves first thing. You don't want to walk into a boxing gym, they hand you headgear and gloves, and you get in the ring of the pro fighter and see what you got. Nah. Luckily, most of them aren't like that because those gyms don't tend to last long. But if you look around, you'll find it. But, a lot of guys just can't jump into that easily. So they just want to, go hit the good old-fashioned weight gym, right? So what's a good workout routine for it? Do you go 3 days a week, 6 days a week, split routines, what body groups you work, all that stuff? Starting out, I recommend just the 4 groups, 3 days a week, 5 days if you want to do cardio between. But I'll get into that in a second. The first, most important rule about going to the gym. You pick a time that you go to the gym, and that is your number one priority. Nothing else comes before that. If you say, I'm going to the gym after work at 5 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then at 5 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you got to go to the gym. I don't care if the most finest girl on this planet says, hey, baby, at 5 o'clock, I'm going to give you a blowjob. You're like, no, I got to go to the gym. Then you can do it afterwards. The reason for that, why you have to make it that much of a priority, because it is so easy to talk yourself out of going. It could be the stupidest thing. Oh my God, I hit a squirrel. I guess I can't go to the gym today. And the most important thing about going to the gym is you got to go to the gym. You got to go. You can't make any excuse. Doesn't matter what happened. If you forget your clothes, you got to go home, get your clothes, go back to the gym, go stop by Academy, get some more. Whatever the excuse, you have to find a way around it to go to the gym. That is your number one priority for those days. At least for the first few months. You have to get into the routine. You have to get into the habit of it. And if you sign up for gym membership and you go 3 days the first week, 2 days the second week, 1 day the next week, then guess what? You're going to talk yourself out of it, and it's just going to be hard to do again. So rule number 1, going to the gym. You got to go to the gym. It's got to be a priority. All right. Now, as far as basic workouts go, there's a million workouts. And, what I do, curls, triceps. I like to keep things short, sweet, and simple. And if you're not a gym rat, you're not used to being to the gym, you need to focus on the 4 big lifts. I'm talking bench press, squats, pull-ups, and deadlifts. That will work out your entire body. And once you get started doing those, it'll build up, a good foundation for your body. It'll work out from head to toe, all your muscle groups. You'll see pretty much a lot of improvement all across your body pretty quick. But more into that in a minute. When you go to the gym, I recommend doing 10 to 15 minutes of cardio and then move on to your 4 big workouts. And I recommend working out your entire body, especially in the beginning. And the reason for that is if you just work out, your upper body one day, lower body the next day, take a break, work out upper body again, lower body. Or if you just work out all your push exercises or your pull exercises. As you get more advanced, yes, absolutely go for that. By that point in time, you won't need my advice. You'll find, some gym rats there, some gym bros, people that'll help you out. You'll find better resources. But in the beginning, it's important that you build that base, that foundation. And the lifts I just mentioned, your bench press, is, compound movements. It works out more than just one muscle. It's going to build your chest up. It's going to build your triceps up. It's going to build a little bit of your shoulders, a little bit of your pecs. It can even work out your abs a little bit. Very minor, but it's there. It'll work out your legs. Same with squats. Squats work out several muscle groups in the legs. Deadlifts work out your ass and your shoulders. Pull-ups work up your biceps, your lats, your shoulders. These compound movements are going to work your body. It's going to cause your body to produce more growth hormone. It's going to cause your body to produce more testosterone. And in the beginning, that's going to be your biggest results. Yeah, you can go to the gym and start, just doing little hammer curls. And yeah, if you want bigger arms, you got to work your legs out. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but see, the way your body works, when your body feels a demand of, hey, I have all these muscles that are, damaged from working out and we need to fix them, it's going to pump out a bunch of growth hormone to repair them, right? It's going to pump out a bunch of stuff to fix them up, make them a little bigger, because your body likes to adapt. If it sees there's a consistent need for your muscles to be rebuilt, to be stronger, it's going to do that. It's going to start building them back up. It's going to start adding more muscle to your body. So if there's a greater demand, i.e. you work from full body from head to toe with just those 4 exercises, your body's going to pump out more of this stuff to build your muscles quicker, bigger, and faster. That's why I like 3 days a week, the 4 main lifts. With each lift, you definitely want to get someone at the gym to show you proper technique. And especially in the beginning, don't worry about, look, buddy, lose your pride. Yeah, you're going to be lifting light weights in the beginning. No one starts out cock strong. No one's going to come in there bench press 300 and have never done anything physical in their life. So just throw your pride out the window. Be a little humble about it. This is the thing about working out. You start out small and you keep building up. It's just how it's going to go. And if you put the work in, you're going to get stronger. It's that simple. If you don't put the work in, you're not going to magically get stronger. So in the beginning, it's very important you get your technique right, because if you don't, when you start getting those heavier weights, it will hurt your body. You will hurt your shoulder if you're doing form wrong on bench press. You'll hurt your back if you're doing form wrong on squats. You'll hurt a lot of stuff on deadlift if you're doing it wrong. So in the beginning, I recommend doing 3 sets of 10 on your bench press, on your squat, and on your deadlifts. And you want to find somebody to show you the proper technique. Usually there's someone at the gym that will happily do it for you. I mean, that's what the gym's for. I mean, there are people there that will show you how to do it right. And you do 3 sets of 10 low weight. And you want to take your time, not power through it. Make sure you get that technique right. And you want to do this for the first couple weeks. And once you got that technique down to memory muscle, why didn't I say technique on pull-ups? I mean, there's just grab the bar and pull up. Yeah, there's a little techniques to it, but for the most part, that's a body weight exercise. You may find it. But for the other lifts, you got to get technique right, and you want to do high reps with low weight, focusing on your technique. Once those couple of weeks are up, and you have technique down, like it's pretty much memory now, which you should be doing those high reps for a couple of weeks, then you want to transition to 3 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 5, and you want to start trying to do as much weight as you can. And ideally, you want, let's say you're doing 3 sets of 5, right? You want to be able to, enough weight to where you can do the first sets. You kind of struggle a little bit, but you got it. But on that last 5th set, on that last set of 5, you're going to be struggling on that 4th or 5th rep. That's where you want the weight. And what you do is you write that little number down. And every week you try adding 5 pounds to it. If you can get to where you can do 3 sets of 5 pretty easy, next week add 5 pounds. And you should be struggling that last set. And in the beginning, you'll probably grow pretty quickly. Like you might need to add 5-10 pounds pretty quick. But the whole point of this is it builds the foundation of your body. Your chest get a little bigger, your legs get a little bigger, your arms get a little bigger, your back get a little bigger. And you do that for 3 months. Here's what's going to happen. In the first month, you'll start feeling a difference. You'll start seeing, you'll feel a difference. You'll feel your muscles getting a little tighter. You feel them getting a little bigger. In the second month, you'll start seeing a difference. You'll start looking in the mirror and say, ooh, I got a muscle there. And finally, in the third month, if you keep this up just 3 days a week and you focus on these 4 lifts, that third month, people will start seeing a difference. It's just kind of how things work when you start changing your life around. So it's just that simple. Just show up to the gym, pick a scheduled time to go to the gym, and do those 4 lifts. Now, as far as cardio goes, what I recommend trying, and I like to do cardio before I lift the weights. It just gets the blood flowing. It's a little better. Some people like it after. But also, back in my day when I really started trying to working out, I was fat ass. I still am a little fat, but back then I was a huge fat ass. Man. If I did squats, my legs would be too sore and not strong enough to support my big ass body to jog on a treadmill. So, I'd be kind of stumbling, start falling. It's just kind of hard. So I like to do cardio before lifting weights. And my goal back then, I was doing that same 3-day-a-week workout routine. And my goal was to try to jog a mile in 10 minutes and then go lift weights. And that's a pretty reasonable goal. Especially if you're out of shape, you're pretty big. First, for cardio, try to do a mile as fast as you can. You might jog, you might walk, just stay on that treadmill. It might take you 20 minutes, might take you 15 minutes, but try to see how long it takes for you to do a mile on a treadmill. And if you're not healthy enough to do a treadmill, go do a bicycle. But if you're doing a bicycle, you got to stay on there a little longer, about 20 minutes or so. A lot of people might look down on a recumbent biker thinking, that ain't no real cardio. Yeah, it's cardio. I don't think it's the most effective way as a treadmill or, Stairmaster or something like that. Even regular old jogging's better. But the fact of the matter is, it will get your heart rate pumping. It'll get your blood flowing. It'll do good benefits for you. So you got to lose your pride here, buddy. If you can't jog, if being on a treadmill physically hurts you, there's nothing wrong with being on a bicycle, man. Don't listen to anybody else. If anybody's there judging you for it, to hell with them. The fact of the matter is, most people in a gym understand that you're there to try to better yourself. As long as you're putting the work in and you're on, a recumbent bicycle, they're going to respect you for that. Even then, it's sometimes you got to start out on a bicycle and try to work your way up to an elliptical, then try to work your way up to a treadmill. There's absolutely no shame in that, man. And it's actually respectable that you get in there and do that. And I promise you, there will be people in there that will see you doing this stuff, and week after week they see you doing this. They're going to probably start talking to you, start encouraging you, and they see results. They're going to tell you about it. There's a lot of friendly, positive people at a gym that are there trying to better themselves, that understand the work that you have to put into to make yourself better. It's not easy. It's not, just, I'm going to take some steroids and get magically huge. It doesn't work like that. That's another thing, too. A lot of people use the excuse of, I need a gym buddy to go to the gym. When I hear that excuse, the first thing I think is that someone is trying to put blame on somebody else for their life decisions. They're not taking accountability for their own life. They're basically saying, I would have went to the gym, but I couldn't find anybody to go to the gym with. That's a giant crock of shit. You're trying to put blame on someone else, your health, your lifestyle, your physical appearance, and you're trying to shift that blame on someone else. Yeah, I had to go hit the gym, but I didn't have a gym buddy. That's bullshit. Go to the gym by yourself. And if you really want a workout partner, you know how you find them? At the gym. So, if you have your schedule set, you go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the same time, 5 o'clock every day. Well, guess what? Chances are you're going to find somebody else at the gym who's there at the same time you are on that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 o'clock. And you know what? That's your gym buddy. If you see them there a couple of weeks, same schedule, get to talk to them. Go say hey. And, if y'all can work out together, do it. You might have to adjust your routine to theirs or vice versa. But either way, that's how you find a gym buddy. But until then, take your ass to the gym. It's not complicated. Your body's going to be telling you all sorts of stupid excuses. And that's one of the first things I said in the video. You have to make it non-negotiable, set in stone, that you go to the gym at this time, period. No matter what happens. And you have to do that, especially in the beginning, until you get in a good routine, until you get to where you actually love it. And you will. It's going to be hard on your body at first. It's going to be very hard. You're going to feel good doing it. And while you're doing it, you need to get sleep, because your body repairs itself during sleep. Your body builds the muscles up during sleep. So if you're doing these 4, big compound workouts, and if you don't get enough sleep, your body's not going to repair itself. You're going to be sore, stiff. It's going to hurt like hell, and you're going to feel weak. So you need sleep. Kind of lost my train of thought there. That's another thing too. What about diet? If you're looking for a lifestyle change, right? and I've been guilty of this. Yeah, I can diet hardcore, but guess what happens? I get off my diet. The weight comes right back, and it's frustrating as shit. And I've been doing pretty good to maintain close to 300, a little over, but there have been times I weighed up to 350, drop back down to 285, back up to 300. I'm happy at 300, and then boom, back up to 330, and then drop back down. It's been a yo-yo and a struggle, and it's because I have shitty eating habits. So, what I recommend, of course, the obvious stuff. Cut out fast food, cut out sweets, chips, French fries, sweet drinks. Everybody knows that stuff, man. There ain't no magical thing. You just got to start slowly over time, subbing things in. Focus on one meal at a time. If you have horrible breakfast eating habits, man, you got to start there first. Just change out your breakfast. The best diet food, by the way, is like steak and eggs, just period. But outside of that, if you're struggling, you stop at a fast food place and get you, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with a hash brown every morning. That's a lot of bad stuff, especially from a fast food restaurant. It's not quality food. Instead, try to, get you a quick little breakfast, even freezers and grocery stores have these little, very good microwavable egg protein things. It's still not better than you cooking your eggs yourself, but what you're trying to do is slowly do things a little bit better at a time and see the results and keep, improving from there. So you change your breakfast to something a little bit healthier, and then guess what? Your weight's going to start coming down a little bit. Once you get in the habit of that, try changing your lunch to something a little bit better. Start eating a salad for lunch, like a man salad with protein in it, man, like a steak salad, chicken salad, something good. And then from there, try to get where you can maybe skip supper. If you're eating supper, definitely just like a big giant steak or a protein-heavy meal. You just want to keep changing one thing at a time, get in the habit, and just keep going from there. Because if you diet hardcore, yes, the weight will come off. The problem is, it's really hard to maintain a diet forever, especially a hardcore diet. Yeah, some of the better diets like Atkins or keto diet's what's called keto diet now, paleo diet, where you're eating just meat and protein and stuff, and it's a good diet. It's just it's kind of hard to maintain. You can, but Jesus, I love French fries and bread. It's easier if you can slowly change your habits to more healthy ones. But I'm not a diet expert. I'm not going to try to preach to you on it. But what I will preach is that getting in the gym and working out will make you feel better. Also, if you want six-pack abs, you got to diet for it. You cannot work your way into six-pack abs. You got to diet to get six-pack abs. You got to diet to get shredded. But I do know that you get the benefits from working out, from lifting heavy weights. Lifting heavy weights causes your body to produce more testosterone. More testosterone is a wonderful feeling for men. Anyways, get back on point. I recommend doing the 4 basic compound workouts. Your bench press, your squat, your deadlifts, and your pull-ups. Now, honestly, bench press really isn't that great of a workout compared to how hyped up it is. Dips kind of do a little better. But bench press is the easiest thing to get into. Bench press is for some reason, the benchmark on what you're qualified for. If you walk up to a guy that's muscled up, you're not asking him how much you squat, you're not asking how much you deadlift, you're saying, hey man, how much you bench? So I do recommend doing bench press. Not to mention, man, it feels good. It's just an easy little workout. Just bam, makes you feel good. So I highly recommend doing bench press. I recommend doing squats. Squats and deadlifts are the most skipped workouts. Why? Because they suck. They're hard, they're heavy, they're strenuous on the body. But they work. Deadlifts especially. If you had to skip one, I'd say skip squats and focus on deadlifts. But do them both, man. Come on. And if you're spending 2 hours in the gym on 4 lifts, that's kind of not good either. You need to kind of speed it up a little bit. At first, yeah, it might take you that long to get kind of used to everything, but ideally, you'd want to kind of superset them. You'd want to do a set of bench press, and if the gym's not busy, and if the gym's not busy enough, do a set of bench press, run over to a squat rack, do a set of squats, come back over, do a set of bench, come back over, do a set of squats, come back over, do a set of bench, come back over, do your last set of squats. Guess what? In 20 minutes, you just did 2 of your big workouts, probably less than 20 minutes, like 10 minutes doing it right. And they're working out 2 groups, opposite groups of the body, so it's not like, the bench press is going to tax you on the squats, so it helps your cardio out. And it's called supersetting, and that's kind of what you want to get to. That way you go to the gym, you do a little bit of cardio, you do your weights, you get in, you get out, you're not feel like you're living your life in the gym. Secondly, if you do want to go 5 days a week, I recommend doing the 4 big lifts 3 days, and the 2 days in between, focus on cardio. Cardio is very important. You need that blood flowing. I ain't saying you got to run a marathon. I ain't saying you need to, run 10 miles on a treadmill or be on a treadmill for an hour. What I am saying is you just need to get to a respectable amount of cardio. Like if you can jog a mile in 10 minutes pretty easy, try to get it to 8 minutes. Or try to get 2 miles in 15 minutes. I think that's just efficient enough. Just whatever you can do in 15, 20 minutes. Get your heart rate up, get your blood flowing. You'll see wonderful benefits from it. And that's about it, really. It's really not that hard to go to the gym. You just find a gym you like, go in, start lifting weights. And if you don't know what you're doing, man, that's cool. Be humble about it. There are people there that love to dispense information, that will love to try to preach their method to you. They will love to try to help you out. Because nobody starts out nobody starts out knowing what they're doing. They all got to research this shit. They all got to learn themselves. Nobody starts out, retardedly strong. There's nobody that's going to walk into a gym, haven't touched a weight in their life, hasn't worked out in some shape or form or fashion, it's going to bench press 300 off the bat. It's not going to happen. So don't feel bad for starting out with very little weights. And for the most part, nobody's going to judge you. And if they are, they're probably losers anyways. As long as you're putting in the work, people will respect you for it. They'll help you out, I promise you. Whatever type of feelings, anxiety you have towards the gym, just show up, man. Just walk through the doors, put your clothes on, and go start doing something. And eventually you'll figure it all out. What I recommend might not be best for you, but it's a start. You want to find, no matter what journey you take in life, a journey of 1,000 steps begin with 1 step. You got to take that 1 step. You got to go to the gym. And once you're in there, my advice might not work out for you, but guess what? You're in there and you're going to figure out what will work out for you and you're going to go for it. And that's the important thing. So the direction I point you in might not be the right direction, but you'll quickly figure it out and you'll change course and go where you need to go. And finally, on supplements. There are very few supplements that actually work. Creatine works, but here's the deal. I don't recommend you take any supplements until you get into a good workout routine because it's just going to be wasting your money. Even the wonderful testosterone steroids, right? Think about steroids. They work, but guess what? You still got to put the work in. You still got to have the workout routine for it. And no, I don't recommend it. I really don't. I don't know. You got to find out your own advice for it. I've never done it. The closest I've done to it is testosterone replacement therapy, and I got off of it. Why? Because my body's become addicted to it. I don't like being addicted to stuff. And again, back to lifestyle change. If you're not changing your lifestyle and you're trying to shortcut it and cheat it, there's a good chance it can come back and bite you in the ass later. So I recommend you put in the work to lay that foundation. And once you get that foundation, once you understand the 4 big compound lifts and you start doing it and your body gets, adjusted to it, you start feeling that muscle coming on. People start seeing the results about 3 months later. Then venture out and, tailor it to your needs. Maybe a 6-day split routine might be what you need. Maybe what you're currently doing is working fine for you. Maybe you realize that lifting weights is kind of boring and you go join a combat sports gym. Or even CrossFit. CrossFit works too, but they're weird, but it works. But the bottom line, you got to show up and you got to start doing something. And that's a pretty long rant. Holy shit, that's a 25-minute video. My bad. If you watched all this, God bless you. Anyways, that's my advice for getting started in the gym. Big guy out.